Hello class, in this video we are going to make a basic block. We're going to go through the setup process. There are a lot more details and things that we can learn about in SolidWorks. This video is just going to show you the basic 3D process for how to make a 3D object. So we're going to start with the paper icon in the top bar. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Control-N, either one will work. Then we're going to double click on Part. Remember, we're making 3D objects now. So this is your graphics area. We have our feature design tree and our toolbar at the top. The first thing we need to do, the first step, is creating a new sketch. So in order to do that, we need to select a plane to start from. This is a 3D space. So in order to start drawing on a new sketch, we need to make sure that we tell SolidWorks kind of where we're going to be drawing. So for the first couple of drawings, we're going to start on the front plane, just to keep everything kind of consistent. Okay, once you select the front plane from your feature design tree, then we're going to go to the sketch tab at the top. Okay, remember this is all step one. We're going to create a new sketch here. So again, click on your front plane, create a new sketch. That should rotate so that you're looking straight at this. It's not like curved or on an angle or anything. If it is still, then you want to hit Control-8 on your keyboard, and that will rotate it back for you. Okay, next, these are your sketching tools. We're going to do just a basic block. So you can use the rectangle tool, start from the origin, and drag to one of the sides. That's just kind of a good habit to get into, starting from the origin, because that will kind of connect your shape to that origin point. Okay, and then we're going to switch to our Smart Dimension tool, and this is going to be step 2. So step 1 is creating your sketch. So I select my plane and then click on New Sketch up here, do my sketching tools, and draw whatever I'm going to draw. Step 2 is defining the sketch. So that basically just means smart dimensioning and giving each of the sides a specific dimension. Oops, I need to switch to inches here. Okay, so you can see 2 of these lines are black and 2 are blue. When you define a line, it's going to turn into a black line. So if I give this a dimension of 3 inches, see that this line is now black where it used to be blue. So that means that this line and this line have to be 3 inches apart. The space between them has to be 3 inches. This line and this line are not defined. So if I click and drag on this, it'll move. Okay, so before we move on, we want to make sure that we define this line so that space can't change. So I can click on this line and then this line and do my dimension. The other way that you can do it is just by clicking on the line on the side. So if I click here, that will also create that dimension. We'll say 2. All right, so that's step 2. This is fully defined. All of these lines are black. They're not dark blue anymore. And I can exit out of my sketch. So this is basically just telling SolidWorks, okay, I'm done editing now. I need to switch to make this 3D. So exit sketch here, or you can click on it over here. Either one works. All right, so now my sketch turns gray. That means it's view only, and I cannot make changes here. I can't drag the lines. I can't smart dimension. Well, it'll let me smart dimension, but I can't change this dimension at all from here. Okay, it just kind of sits there and tells me that that line is 3 inches long. So those are steps 1, 2, and 3. First step is creating a new sketch. Second step is defining that sketch. And the third step is exiting out of the sketch. So that's just the click of a button. The last step is adding a feature to our sketch. So we worked in 2D already. If you look from the side, this is still flat. To make it 3D, we need to add a feature onto that. So we're going to switch to our feature toolbar, the feature tab, and these are our options for making something become 3D. These ones are all more complicated, so we're going to use the simple boss extrude base. Now, before we can click that, we need to select our sketch. So we're basically telling SolidWorks, okay, I'm going to take this sketch, the one I selected, and make it 3D. So then I'll go to my feature tab and click on that. And this is our 3D editing menu. So if I look at this from the side, SolidWorks is taking that sketch we made and is going to extrude it out. Okay, so it's going to stretch that shape out. And that is the basics of how you make something 3D. There's a lot of settings in here that we don't need to worry about. The only one we need to change is this depth. So this we can type in a specific dimension, and that will change the depth of our shape, as you can see there. We'll leave it at 2. And then click enter or hit the green check mark, and that is a finished 3D block. So just one more time, those steps to make a 3D shape go like this. Create a new block, select a plane, create a new sketch, sketch your shape in. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 is define your shape. So add your dimensions. We'll just keep it in millimeters this time. Okay, add your dimensions. That's step 2. Step 3 is exit sketch. So we're going to click up here or over there. And step 4 is add the feature, add the 3D part to our sketch. And that's that.